think they're still setting up their equipment, so they're probably working out some issues. Oh, Jesus, Mary, Mother of God.
Tarp to get bowled out. Tarp to get bowled out. All right, we're going to step away from the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem is over. Tarp Skunks baseball is about to begin. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks coming in at 19-11. They're taking on the Geneva Red Wings, coming in with a record 3-1. They are 14 games out and have lost 6 in a row. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. And here with that is Jason Sample.
We'll go with the starting lineup for Geneva first, since it looks like they will be at bat first. We have Zach Banks, the designated hitter, number 11, leading off. We have Michael Sandow, the first baseman, batting second. Dylan Briggs, the center fielder, batting third. Aiken Santana, the third baseman, batting cleanup at fourth. Batting fifth will be Elijah Benton, the right fielder. Batting sixth will be Chase Fogg, the shortstop. Batting seventh will be Jack Turner, the left fielder. Batting eighth is going to be Colin Clark, the catcher. And batting ninth will be number 24, Christian Bernandez, the second baseman. And it appears they will only be batting 9 players today. Their starting pitcher is going to be Dawson Thomas. So 9 players in the lineup for the Geneva Red Wings. For the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, they are batting 10 batters in the lineup. Nolan Smith is leading off at first base. Batting second will be Jacob Haynes, the catcher. Batting third will be Ben Slanker, the center fielder. Batting fourth will be Justin Bremner, the right fielder. Batting fifth will be Nate Borchardt, the designated hitter. Batting sixth will be Brady McGuire at second base. At shortstop, Brady Marshall batting seventh. Batting eighth is going to be Dom Costello, the extra hitter. Batting ninth will be Eric Weeks, the left fielder. And batting 10th will be Blake Herman, the third baseman. And starting pitcher today for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is a name familiar to us, one of the 8 All-Stars for the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. That would be Christian Pensick, who has started the past 3 weeks for the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. That would be Christian Pensick, who has started the past 3 weeks, including this week.
Unusual that your ERA and the 3-1 finds the zone at the knees 3-2, bringing out 9 in their lineup for out number 1. That's how we get started in game number 1.
Reminder, after the final out, hit Honest John's for fresh subs, crispy wings, and pizza that always wins. Order online at honestjohns.pizza or stop in after the game.
That's going to bring up Michael Sardu, the first baseman for Geneva. Sardu, a .333 hitter on the season. And the first pitch to him is taken for a strike. Definitely a different start for Pensick this week than last week. Pensick giving up a couple of early hits here, had some problems finding the zone, and Sardu had problems finding that baseball. As that is a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. 1 down here. We are in the top of the first inning, game 1 of an impromptu doubleheader. And that swing and a miss for strike three. Sardo goes down on strikes.
Nice job by Penzick there. Really nothing too fancy, just some nice fastballs down the middle there. And that last one might have broke a little bit. Sardo couldn't keep his bat back enough, and they counted it as a swing, resulting in strike. This one might have broke a little bit. Sardo couldn't keep his bat back enough, and they counted it as a swing, resulting in strike three.
Bit of a slide action on that piece. Is that one? Action just coming off the plate. 1-0. And that one comes upstairs a little bit, rushing him back. So it's Weeks, Slanker, Bremner from left to right in the outfield. Herman, Marshall, McGuire, and Smith. Third to first, Jacob Haynes behind the dish. And there's a line drive over the leaping glove of McGuire at second base, and a base hit with 2 outs for the Red Wings.
Yeah, McGuire was maybe an inch or two taller. He would have been able to come down with that, but just a little too high for him. A nice job instinctively to jump up and try to go for it, but nothing doing there. Base hit with 2 outs here, runner at first.
He's got some impressive hops. Normally plays third base. Get a chance to see him climb the ladder there, but just missing. And first pitch that comes in to Aiken Santana is a check swing called a strike. 0-1 the count for Santana. 330 on the season. One of the Red Wings' top hitters. As that one outside, nice save by Jacob Haynes behind the dish. If you look out, up and down the starting lineup for the Tarp Skunks, all 6 Tarp Skunks All-Stars on the offensive side of the ball in the lineup today. There's a foul off to the right, not a play. Into the picnic area.
They just announced the All-Stars, 2 days ago? I think on Friday afternoon, maybe it was Saturday morning. But
I think it was
late in the week.
I think it was Thursday.
I'm just curious to know if anybody else had 8 or more players make the All-Star.
Only Batavia. Batavia and Jamestown tying with 8 All-Stars apiece. Everybody else underneath that, and that includes the Eastern Conference. Although with only 7 teams this year, there's a lot more spots to go around. 2-2 pitch grounded to second. McGuire will take it to the bag himself, and the side's retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Geneva nothing, Jamestown coming to bat.
This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures. This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
CCS-TV's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. At Wegmans, every day you get our best, from farm-fresh ingredients to helpful people who care. Stop in today and see how Wegmans is helping people live healthier, better lives, one meal at a time.
2 up for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is going to be the top of the order. Nolan Smith, Jacob Haynes, and Ben Slanker, 1, 2, 3 in the order. They are going to be facing Dawson Thomas. Thomas coming in with a record of 0-4, 6.91 ERA. It's his 7th start, 7th appearance. He's logged 27 and a third innings thus far, and he's going to be facing a very tough lineup featuring the best of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as Nolan Smith leads off. Smith, one of the 6 All-Stars in the lineup today, coming in batting .343. This is his 100th at bat of the season. And the first pitch is cut on and miss for a strike, 0-1. Turner, Briggs, Benton from left to right in the outfield. Santana, Fogg, Bermudez, and Sardo. Third to first, Clark behind the dish. And the 0-1 pitch is well off the plate, 1-0. You know, I like to play a game with in my head with baseball players' names. And it's generally, you know, you have to have a good baseball name first off. Is that one's taken for a strike?
Like Duke, Lefty, Spike.
Well, it's more the last name.
Oh, the last name.
The last name. It's really got to be a baseball player's name. And you look at the shortstop for the Geneva Red Wings, Chase Fogg, and you know there's only one place he belongs playing in. It's in San Francisco with the fog coming in all the time. Maybe Pittsburgh. I don't know. Does Pittsburgh get foggy in the ballpark coming off the water?
Not too often.
Okay. Chicago actually would be a good one too.
Yeah, Chicago does get some fog. Fog Bowl, I think, was in Chicago, wasn't it? Or was that in Philadelphia? I know it was Philly and Chicago who played each other.
I want to say that was in Chicago. There's a high fly ball.
Get some fog. Fog Bowl, I think, was in Chicago, wasn't it? Or was that in Philadelphia? I know it was Philly and Chicago who played each other.
I want to say that was in Chicago. There's a high.
Games.
Get the bats hot. As Justin Bremner stands in, first pitch taken up and away. 0-1. Bremner on the season has been neck and neck with Jacob Haynes for the team lead, coming in .349 average, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 23 RBI. Oh, and that is the second game in a row here in Jamestown that Bremner's been hitting the back of the head with a pitch.
Get him in the head, or was it a little bit off of his upper back area? Either way, it doesn't feel good.
It sounded like it came off the helmet.
All right.
We'll see if I can back up the feed 5 seconds here and get a look. Yeah, that one definitely off the back of his helmet. More of a glancing blow, so thankfully no harm, no foul as Nate Borchardt stands in.
Borchardt DH for today.
Takes the first pitch outside, also an all-star.
So 2 outs here, 1 runner in scoring position. We'll see if Jamestown can capitalize here with 2 runners on.
Borchardt coming in, hitting .306 on the season. It's that one way off the plate, and you could almost see Thomas drop his arm angle and tip that pitch a little bit. Almost looks like he's tipping that pitch when he's going to off speed or the curveball. You see on the fastball, he comes over with a high 3/4 release. On that changeup, it seems to have dropped. As a quick check over to Slanker at second, he's not going anywhere. Good count to steal on. 2-0. 2 down here. Bottom of the first inning. Each team with 1 hit. And the pitch. There's a broken bat into shallow center field. The throw to first, pulling the first baseman Sardo off the bat. Coming in to score is Slanker. And that bat absolutely shredded.
Yeah, toothpick out there. In the meantime, though, it looked like the throw arrived on time, but just a little off target, enough to pull the first baseman Smith, or rather Sardu, off the bag, and resulting in a base hit. But not sure if they feel that they recorded that as a hit, and rightfully so.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely was. As now
But not sure if they feel that they recorded that as a hit, and rightfully so.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely was. Bases. Him and Brady Marshall have had a pretty epic battle.
Sponsor of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Visit any of our locations in Jamestown or Warren, or online at SchultzAuto.com.
Just want to acknowledge, we don't normally pay attention, well, we do pay attention, but we don't normally acknowledge the chats on the YouTube feed, but we do understand that there are some issues with the stream today. We got some new equipment in here that we are trying to get figured out. We are working on the sound and the picture. So bear with us as we go through some technical issues trying to get everything working. As long as the audio works and we can tell you the story, we will definitely do that. As it is Elijah Benton at the plate facing Christian Pensick. Benton, Fogg, and Turner, the 5, 6, 7 in the order. Pensick with a 1-1 count to the Red Wings right fielder. And that pitch in the dirt. It's 2-1. Benton, Fogg, and Turner due up here in the top of the second inning. That pitch hacked on and missed, 2-2. Benton coming in, hitting 118 on the season. 4 for 34. He stands in. And the pitch bouncing in the dirt to the backstop. Count goes full, 3-2. Chase Fogg on deck. It's been a tough season for Geneva all the way around. Geneva and Niagara both have had tough seasons. As Benton works out a leadoff walk in the top of the second inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Chase Fogg.
Fogg with a nice play in the bottom of the first inning here, in the early stages of this ball game. We'll see what he can do on the offensive side of things.
Fogg also has that old school looking bat. That's not one of them newfangled paint jobs or anything. That is old school lumber that he's wielding right there. See the wear and tear, the pine tar, scars of battle, as it were.
Okay, somebody's dog got a hold of it. It is bark in the park day.
Yeah, sometimes those are the best ones, though. 0-1 the count. Benton off first, and Pensick with a lazy check over to first. Also notice that as the 0-1 comes in, it's 1-1. Also, I've been watching a number of streams over the last couple of days, Niagara Falls, Niagara, Elmira, and I think the heat's really affecting the internet. Maybe it's a solar flare, who knows? But everybody's
giving him a little frozen screen time here and there, and just not a really clean feed.
Yeah, like Niagara Falls yesterday, the audio was great. I think the heat was affecting their routers or whatever, and that does happen. 1 and 2. That's a hot day here. Ground ball 2 second. Picked up by Marshall to McGuire for 1 to throw to first. 2. A double play. And quickly there are 2 outs here in the second.
Nice 6-4-3 there to put 2 away.
Absolutely. Normally we're used to seeing Marshall and McGuire playing completely on the left side with McGuire at third, Marshall at short. Now McGuire sliding over to second today. The true Brady Bunch connection as the first pitch to Turner's fouled way off. Out of play to the right, 0-1. Jack Turner with a .214 batting average. 12 hits, 1 double, 4 RBI. And facing an 0-2 count. Just missed. 1 and 2. Turner had to have some ice water running in his veins to take that one. On an 0-2 pitch, that close to the zone, umpire easily could have pulled the trigger. As that one's fouled off again. And we'll do 1 and 2 all over. Colin Clark, the catcher, on deck as Turner swings and misses for strike 3, and the side retired. Nothing doing for the Red Wings. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Jamestown.
What's life like in Chautauqua County? It's where small-town charm meets world-class culture, where your downtime gets an upgrade across miles of lakes, state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or settling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Hey fans, San Filippo Solutions, your whole home energy contractors, BPI Gold certified, willing to help solve any energy efficiency problems your home has. Visit us at MakeMeComfyToday.com, and we will help you find a San Filippo solution for your home needs.
All right, as we go to the bottom of the second inning now, Tarp Skunks with the 1-0 lead. It's going to be Marshall, Costello, and Weeks. 79 due up, facing Thomas in his second inning of work. And the first pitch bouncing in for a ball. Brady Marshall coming in with a .296 average. One double, 18 RBIs, 24 for 81 on the season. Is that one way outside? 2-0. And we're talking about the stolen base battle between the two. Brady McGuire with 11 stolen bases, caught stealing once. Brady Marshall, 10 stolen bases, caught stealing 3 times on the season. There's that one outside. 3-0.
Thompson at risk of walking the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. Skunks already up by 1.
And if there's one thing Brady Marshall has excelled at this season at the plate is drawing the walk. 18 free passes so far in the season. And make that number 19 as he draws the leadoff walk. And that's going to bring up Dom Costello, the extra hitter today. Costello, 338, named one of 6 Tarp Skunks All-Stars. This is the first time we've had a chance to mention his name with the All-Star tag, as he did not play the other night. First pitch to him, there's that 3/4 release that tips off the off-speed pitch. 1-0 the count.
You still calling Costello the Godfather? Or you've gotten away from that?
Yeah, every once in a while. I don't want to overdo it, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to milk that cow too much.
That's right. As that one at the knees for a strike. 1-1. Costello, 338 on the season. 25 for 74, 2 doubles, 11 RBI. Has done an outstanding job out in the field. And at the dish as a snap throw back over to first. Marshall not going anywhere. 1-0 Skunks, bottom of the second inning. And the pitch. There's a little pop-up behind.
One away. Nice drop. Catch by Santana there. A little rough to get under that. Looked like it was going to drop in no man's land there, but it hung in the air long enough to allow him to get underneath it and make the catch. Now, those are never easy when you have to range back. That's when you have to switch from playing infielder to wide receiver, right? As Eric Weeks stands in now. Weeks 250 on the season, 18 to 72, 3 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, including a monster grand slam in Niagara in the top of the 9th inning that put the Skunks ahead 16 to 12 in that game. Right-handed batter, normally plays infield, getting a spot start out in left field today. Oh and 1 the count. Marshall always a threat to run. And the pitch. There's a high fly ball, left field and deep. Going back on it is Turner. Still going back, looking up, and it's gone! Eric Weeks hit it high and watch it fly. A 2-run homer, and it's 3-0 Skunks. Yeah, dropping off in the gap there between left and center, just under the logistics sign, over the Live CHQ sign. And really tough to see if that was going to drop or not until it actually did. The left fielder there, who was that, Turner, was all the way back there, and I thought he was going to jump up and maybe pull it out of the air, but instead it went over the fence, and a home run, 2 runs. Skunks now up 3-0 here in the bottom of the second.
As Blake Herman stands in. Crowd buzzing here on a special day on a couple of occasions as a curveball swung and a missed for a strike one. Howard Emke Day here in Chautauqua County. It's also Purina's Bark in the Park Day here at the ballpark. There's a lot of good stuff happening. And the 0-1 inside, 1-1 for Herman. 310 is 9 for 29 on the season, so.
limited action so far this year.
But producing well in that action as there's a bouncer in the dirt. It's 2-1. Get you caught up on some of the scores around the rest of the PGCBL. The Elmira Pioneers beating the Niagara Ironbacks in game 1 of their doubleheader 15-2. That one mercied out in 5 innings. As that one misses, 3-1. Currently tied at 1, top of the second inning in game 2 of that doubleheader. Batavia and Newark, I'm going to assume, are delayed. They were supposed to start at 4 o'clock. I'm assuming they're getting what hit us at about 4. So they may start a little bit later as Blake Herman draws a walk here. And we go back to the top of the order for Nolan Smith.
Second walk of the inning here. Smith flew out to center field, his first at-bat in the bottom of the first inning. Here we are now in the bottom of the second. He's already back at the plate again.
And Smith flexed his power a bit earlier going to center. If he can get one that he can drive and pull, look out. As a snap throw to first, just beaten out by Herman getting back to the bag. Skunks in second place looking to close the gap on Batavia. There's a drive out into center. Briggs underneath it, though. We'll put it away for out number 2.
So 2 at-bats for Nolan Smith and 2 flyouts to center field. That's out number 2, Jake Haynes. Now at the plate, the catcher. He grounded out back in the first inning.
Yep, and now that he's seen Eric Weeks go yard, he knows he could do it. I didn't know if the ball was going to fly here today. And apparently Eric Weeks found the jet stream.
A little breezy out there, too, but it's not blowing out of the ballpark. If anything, it's blowing in a little bit, moving from left to right, if you're watching on TV.
Definitely favoring the right-handed hitters. Is that one in the ball, or in the dirt for a ball? That ball in the ball. That makes no sense.
A lot of things we say don't make sense, but I think it's all good.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if we should start sponsoring the blooper of the day. And the 1-0 ticking low, 2-0.
In my case, you'd have a blooper of the inning. I mean, it's really that many to choose from just about every inning.
I've definitely been there. I think I've been there a few times this season. 2-0 to Haynes. Fastball away, 3-0. And if I didn't know any better, I would say that Thomas is trying to pitch around the Tarp Skunks catcher here. Which may not be the greatest strategy because then you've got Ben Slinker right behind him.
Right.
And Justin Bremner behind him. This is really the heart of the order. The 2 through 5. It's that one. Inside a 4-pitch walk, and Jacob Haynes is aboard. With 2 on, 2 out. 2 runners already in here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Tarp Skunks. And Ben Slanker will come to the dish.
Clark having a word with Thomas here. 2 outs already, and of course they had 2 outs right off the bat in the first inning. Gave up a double to the batter who is now at the plate, Ben Slanker, who eventually advanced all the way across home plate thanks to an RBI single by Nate Borchardt 2 batters later. So they know they're not out of the woods here, but I'm sure that Clark is just trying to calm Thomas down a little bit and tell him to take up 1 pitch at a time. With 2 outs, they can get out of this jam now with a runner at second and a runner at first.
That's a good time to go out and just give your pitcher a breather. See if you can reset his rhythm as the first pitch to Slanker up and away. 0-1, or 1-0. There's your blooper of the inning right there, Jason.
Well, I was just talking about my own. I know I do at least 1 or 2 every inning. You're a little bit better off, Drew.
I do it so often I don't even count anymore. 1-0. That one down low. It's usually in the first couple innings or in the last couple innings. Usually right in the middle is where I find my sweet spot. And then, the old man syndrome, passing my bedtime in the 8th inning. 2-0 in the dirt. Make it 3-0. And it looks like Thomas has lost the strike zone completely here.
Yeah, it sure does. That was a 4-pitch walk against Jacob Haynes, right? Now we're at risk of seeing another one.
7 consecutive balls.
Well, Slanker's just going to rest the bat on his shoulder at this point. We'll see if Thomas can finally deliver that strike.
No, he doesn't. Line drive, right field line, foul.
Well, I stand corrected. I figured he would have gotten the red light there with the 3-0 count, but why not take a swing at it? He knew he had to send it down the middle, and that almost paid off.
He knew he just missed extra bases. And that's got to put a bit of a scare into Dawson Thomas. His velocity looks like it's dropping with every pitch.
Yeah, at first I thought he was just throwing changeup after changeup, but it's really the only velocity he has at this point. That's going to be high and outside for ball number 4. So now the bases are loaded, and the cleanup hitter for the Skunks stepping up to the plate, Justin Bremner, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
Forced full of Skunks, and Bremner is going to remember that. I was going to say he's not the forgiving type, but I don't know that. But I know you have to have that somewhere in the back of your mind that you want to get some semblance of revenge here. So force full of Skunks. Herman at third, Haynes at second, Slinker at first, and the first pitch to Bremner. Swing and a miss. 0-1. And like you were saying, it seemed like Thomas throwing mostly changeups. It looks like he took something off his changeup and got even slower, fooling Bremner out in front just a little bit. The 0-1 pitch. High fly ball, left field, medium depth. Turner coming in on it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. 2 runs on the Eric Weeks home run. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Jamestown.
I've definitely got more comfortable being in front of the camera, and I got to meet new people. If you are into cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands, secure rebates and incentives, and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation on. We say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Graduations, weddings, and bridal showers, the Doubletree by Hilton is your destination for all events. Let their experienced event team help you put together your special event and take the worry and stress off your shoulders. Now offering specials for company events and parties, so stop in and call today. Due up for the Geneva Red Wings is Colin Clark as the first pitch he sees is fouled off to the left side, 0-1. It'll be Clark, Bermudez, and the top of the order with Banks. Colin Clark on the season, a .278 hitter. And there's a fly ball to center. Slanker trots over a couple of steps to his left and puts it away for out number 1. And that'll bring up Christian Bermudez. Bermudez 143 on the season. Five for 35. Does have 5 RBIs. And Pensic's first pitch is cut on and missed. 0-1. Pensick has been pretty economical so far today, as there's a fly ball out to right field that's going to fall for a base hit. Only the second hit given up by Pensick so far. We go back to the top of the order for the Red Wing designated hitter, Zach Banks. Banks flew for Red Wing. Flew out. Pensick so far 35 pitches through 2 1/3. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Sardu on deck. 3-0 Skunks. A 2-run bomb by Eric Weeks back in the bottom half of the second. Also a run scored on an extremely broken bat by Nathan Borchardt. And the pitch fouled off at the plate. And 0-2 the count. Or make that 1-1. Sorry, I was back down at the bottom of the order marking off Christian Bermudez's box in the scorebook. He's already on first. I don't need to mark his box up anymore. Snap throw over to first. Bermudez back easily. And we're back to a 1-1 count. Cut on and missed. 1-2. Looked like for a second Bermudez thought about going, but took a couple of steps, put on the brakes, and Banks swung right through the 1-1 pitch. So now 1-2. As that one called strike 3. Banks caught looking for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Michael Sardu. Sardu 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time up. Pensek now with 3 strikeouts on the game. There's a ground ball foul. Left side 0-1. Dylan Briggs on deck would hit next. Tarp Skunks looking to lock this ball game away as quickly as possible to get to game 2 as quickly as possible. Again, Batavia in their own doubleheader today. And getting an update in Newark, they are finally underway. The Monk Dogs with a 1-0 lead over the Pilots. There's a fastball to the first strike. 0-2. And the 0-2. Oh, coming inside and hitting Sardu. So the hit by pitch on an 0-2 count, unfortunate. Sends Bermudez to second, and now with 2 on and 2 out, that's going to bring up Michael Briggs, the center fielder.
Briggs got a base hit in the first inning, left stranded on first.
And second, a little trouble. That one's fouled off to the right, out of play. That one might have made Faulkner Street.
Got a guest who will be joining us here a little bit later on in this evening, probably on the bottom of the third inning here after we get through this. If we get through this, we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Meanwhile, here comes the deal from Pensick.
In the dirt, gets behind Haynes. Everyone is going to advance 90 feet.
Yeah, Sardu now at second, and Bermudez all the way over to third. So with 2 outs here, the Skunks up by 3, but the Red Wings are threatening to score. 90 feet away here with 2 outs.
Pensick looking to get a ground ball. Can't be fielded. Put the ball in play. Comes in with a fastball a little low, 2-1. Santana, the third baseman for Geneva, on deck. 2-1 pitch. And Pensick missing off the plate, 3-1. Pensick stepping off the back of the mound, talking to himself, clearing his head. See if he can find the zone again, and the pitch in the dirt for ball 4, and the Red Wings suddenly have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Aiken Santana coming in.
Santana grounded out in the first inning to end that inning here, and the Skunks are hoping they can get him to end this inning as well, with all runners on board now, all bases covered here for the Red Wings, trying to cut into that 3-run lead.
First pitch. Missing outside for a ball. 1-0, and
seeing a few of Pensick pitches going outside now. He's losing a little bit on that breaking. We'll see what he does here on this pitch.
finds the strike zone again. 1-1. Jacob Haynes doing a great job not only calling but managing Pensick from behind the dish. So that one's fouled back. 1-2.
After this final up, you with us with the interview with Mark. All right. Thanks.
Pensick one strike away from getting out of this jam. And the pitch. Curveball called! Strike three! He got out of it. No runs, 3 runners left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. 3-0, Jamestown.
And we'll stay with you for this break here as we have a guest joining us up here in the press box. We have Mark Isaacs, who is more or less a biographer, somebody who's researched a key player from Chautauqua County, a baseball player from many decades ago, but his legacy lives on. We saw the legacy firsthand earlier today with the tarp coming out on the field, but basically the inventor of the infield tarp is Howard Emke. He was born here in Chautauqua County in Silver Creek, and as Dre noted earlier on, it is Howard Emke Day, and they're pulling in all the stops. They've got folks in from the Emke Manufacturing Company from Philadelphia here in town, but we also have Mark Isaacs, who I believe summers at Chautauqua Institution, from Texas though, right, Mark?
Originally from northern New York. Spent a lot of time, spent 2 decades in Texas, and came home to western New York.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks for taking time out to join us up here in the press box. Well, like I said, more or less you're a biographer of Howard Emke. You've spent a lot of time researching this guy, and you've put together sort of this cool project that I was involved with earlier today at the Robert H. Jackson Center. Tell us a little bit about what got you interested in starting this project, what it's all about, and what you hope to come of it.
I am a big baseball fan of all levels. I played baseball as a kid and through high school. And when I relocated to Chautauqua County a couple years ago, 2023, I happened by the historic sign that they put up outside of the Emke family home. And it just blew my mind that here in little village of Silver Creek that this major league pitcher was born, raised, learned the game, and went on to play and have this amazing career. And I just said to myself, this is a story that I've got to write. I've got to know more about this guy because he's not a household name. He played with the greats like Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth, and he played in that era. So we hear a lot about those guys. We don't hear a lot about the guys who they face. And so I wrote a script. I did a ton of research, and now we've got a nice, solid screenplay that could be made into a movie.
So let's talk a little bit about making it into the movie as we continue to go through this inning here with the next batter at bat for Jamestown. We have at the plate, Dre, who was that? Nate Borchardt, who got a base hit back in the first inning. And we'll continue the conversation with Mark here in just a moment. There's a delivery. So, Mark, you talked about turning it into a screenplay. What does that take, or do you know anything about what it takes to turn a screenplay into a movie? What's the next step you have to do?
It's getting it pitched to a producer or a studio who'd want to take it on, somebody who's aligned with this type of project, somebody who loves underdog stories, sports stories, period pieces, that kind of thing, and just laying it out, giving them the log line and the pitch for who Howard Emke was and what he means to baseball today.
Right on. So we've got Mark here in up in the press box with us as this pitch is delivered. That's going to be outside for ball number 3, 3-0 the count. Mark, it's Howard Emke Day here at Tarp Skunk Field, and it's interesting that Tarp Skunks being involved with that day. Obviously, the name Tarp Skunks recognizes Howard Emke. Did you know about the Tarp Skunks story, and did you get excited when you heard that there's this team in Jamestown that calls themselves the Tarp Skunks because of Howard Emke?
When I stumbled on the story, I didn't think anyone else knew who Howard Emke was. I really thought I was alone in this, and I started to summon, in some way through the universe, people who cared about Howard Emke.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside for ball number 4. So leadoff batter takes first base, Nate Borchardt, and Brady McGuire now stepping up to the plate. He grounded out back in the first inning. So you're at Chautauqua Institution now, so you didn't have to go too far to make it here to Jamestown for Howard Emke Day, right?
No, this is local. This is as local as you can get, really.
But it was exciting to see folks from Philadelphia and Emke family members from around the country showing up today.
Well, and the CEO of Emke Manufacturing, super pivotal in helping me research the script based on the manufacturing they do there.
As that one comes in, and another headhunter shot. This one got McGuire in the helmet. Again, I got to say, I don't think Thomas has a whole lot of velocity behind those pitches because they're just brushing them off like nothing happened. And we're going to get a visit here to the mound. No activity in the Geneva bullpen at this point.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. They might just try to calm down Thomas a little bit more. But so Mark, you said it's just a matter of trying to work the screenplay. Have you talked with other people who've tried to shop screenplays around? Is it a relatively slow process? Is it a quick turnover? Just about being in the right place at the right time?
That's really basically it. Right place, right time, but also not being married to the format that you put it in. Because it could be a stage play. It could be a limited series in a TV show. It could be something else. So, bringing it to audiences could start out as a film, but then it could be in development, be shaped into some different format.
Yeah, and especially, I've written screenplay myself. I've actually had a film at the Film Fest last year. So I know how hard it is to shop. Is it something that you want to do something Hollywood style, or you would rather have it more on a lower budget with a film crew that actually feels the kind of passion that you have for the product?
Oh, no doubt. Independent crew. I would like to have some name talent in places like the Emke role, Connie Mack role, but definitely an independent project based hopefully even here in Western New York where the bulk of it would be shot. That's my goal.
So for the listeners and the viewers at home who might not be familiar with Howard Emke, he pitched Game 1 of the 1929 World Series when nobody really figured he would even pitch in the World Series, let alone get the start in the first game. And all he did was set a World Series record at the time of 13 strikeouts, as that pitch makes a strike for Thomas. 13 strikeouts in game number 1, and the Philadelphia A's eventually went on to win in 5 games, thanks to Howard Emke's big story there. What was the biggest surprise when you researched Emke that you found about him, besides being this small-town guy from Chautauqua County, Silver Creek, New York, who made it big? Is there any specific stat or information that really astounded you when you were looking into Howard Emke?
I think the thing I was stunned most about was the scouting trip. I was surprised that Connie Mack put him on a scouting trip at the Baker Bowl in Philadelphia when the Cubs came to town in their last swing through Philadelphia before winning the pennant. I mean, who was thinking like that in 1929?
There's a ground ball to short pass the diving glove of Fogg, and that is a base hit. Brady McGuire is caught between second and third. He will be thrown out as Borchardt not moving. Advancing to second is Marshall. So unfortunate situation where the Skunks could have had the bases loaded. We'll now have runners at second and third with 1 out.
Nice job by Marshall there, giving that base hit, and Coach Jagoda playing it safe there and holding up his runner at third, and that's where that miscommunication came with McGuire getting strung up between second and third base and eventually out. But still just 1 away here, and a chance for the Skunks to add on some insurance runs. And yeah, Mark, you bring up a good point that, you know, Howard Emke was more of a scout for Connie Mack to scout the team they figured they'd be playing in the World Series. It looked like the Cubs were on their way to the World Series, so he kind of figured this would probably be our opponent. Howard Emke, go out and show us what you know about him. You're a seasoned pitcher. You know a lot about baseball by this point. But it turns out that not only did he scout the Cubs to learn about the nuances of each batter, but that came back to be the reason why he started game number 1, right?
That's right, and there's also a lot of frustration on the part of Cubs manager Joe McCarthy because Mack was being secretive. He would not announce his pitcher for this game 1 start. You've got the President of the United States in the audience, and yet Mack is still holding all his cards close to his chest.
And they known for being a master strategist, though, that early in baseball's history. So that's the first real manager gamesmanship that you saw. It's the infield in. So you pop up on the infield. Going back is Fogg coming in and diving to make the catch in extreme shallow left field is Turner, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, it almost popped out of Turner's glove there, but he was able to snow cone it and keep it in there for that second out. So nobody advances to home. Still, runner stranded at third with a runner at second as well. Skunks have already left 5 men on base through the first 2 innings. We'll see what happens here with 2 outs now. Runners at second and third. An opportunity to build some insurance runs with their 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. We're talking with Mark Isaacs, who has written a play about Howard Emke, or a screenplay, I should say, about Howard Emke, and we're sharing some details with our viewers about Emke in between the action here on the field.
I gotta ask, what exactly is the biggest focal point? What is the crux of the script? Is it his time in Major League Baseball, or is it his time developing the actual tarp and the manufacturing, the research, and the selling of it?
It's a little bit divided between those two because the bulk of what he's doing in 1929 is working his tarp company, is growing it in Philadelphia. And while he's not doing much pitching, he's got arm trouble, he's got an attitude problem, according to Mack. So it's more or less kind of a divide between those 2 big things of his life.
As that one 1-1 to Eric Weeks, who hit a 2-run home run back in the second. Well, I mean, I got to ask you this, you know, when Connie Mack says you have an attitude problem, is that necessarily a bad thing?
Probably not. He's probably just pegging that you're a competitor, you're fierce, and you're intense, which Emke was, but he was also humble, too. I mean, wasn't the kind of guy to spout off about how good he was. He just rather play the game and play it well, but, you know, towards the end, he had to do a bit of scratching and clawing and begging to stay on the team.
And I'm struggling with my memory here. Was Ty Cobb still active when he was pitching, or?
Yes, so Ty Cobb was his manager in the last few seasons in Detroit, and then Cobb went over to Philadelphia, so he was his teammate in 27 and 28, and then Cobb left the game after 28.
2-2 to Eric Weeks, 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning, 3-0 Skunks.
The only other thing that I found fascinating about Emke is that he could have been the only pitcher in history to pitch 2 no-hitters back-to-back. He got 1. And then the next start, he was able to get all but 1 on a controversial call for a hit that could have been an error. And just interesting to see how that transpired. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back more with Mark Isaacs talking about Howard Emke in a moment. But as it sits, bottom of the third or end of the third inning, the score 3-0 Skunks, leaving 2 on base. We'll be back at the top of the fourth in a moment here on CCS-TV.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Skunks fans, celebrate that win or eat your feelings with Honest John's. Crispy wings, melty pizza, and online ordering that's fast and easy. Visit honestjohns.pizza tonight. Fourth inning here at Detrick Park. Howard Emke Day, Bark in the Park Day. It's a doubleheader day. It's all kinds of things going on here. A rain delay day as well. We've seen just about everything you can imagine in a baseball game, and we're not even through 4 innings yet. We got Mark Isaacs, who is a screenwriter up here in the studio with us, spending some time at Chautauqua Institution this summer, and also celebrating Howard Emke Day because that's what his screenplay is about, is the founder of the infield tarp, Howard Emke, who got his start in Chautauqua County and Silver Creek and went on to pitch in the World Series and help his team bring home the pennant for the Philadelphia A's, who obviously went on to become the Oakland A's, and now I think they're in Vegas.
That's Sacramento.
Sacramento,
thanks.
Which they're not really even in Sacramento. As the first pitch swung on a miss to Benton, 0-1. And yeah, they're playing in Sacramento, but no one in Sacramento even notices.
So we mentioned that Howard Emke pitched a no-hitter 1923.
September 7th, 1923. It was at Scheib, so he was on the road for the Red Sox against the Connie Max A's.
As a pop-up, shallow center field, Brady McGuire puts it away for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Chase Fogg.
His next start, in the early part of the game, he gave up a hit, but it was questionable. It was off the glove of his third baseman, and some say it should have been credited as an error, but they called it a hit.
That's right. In fact, later in the game, the person who was officially scoring it was asked by people around him, hey, are you going to change that back to an error because he's got a no-hitter going?
There's a high fly ball left center field. Slanker has room underneath it, puts it away. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the fourth.
Is there any way you can appeal that, 90 years later, after the fact, over 100 years now, right? 1923, so 102 years later, could you ask Major League Baseball, hey, maybe it's time to right a wrong, and after the fact, over 100 years now, right? 1923, so 102 years later, could you ask Major League Baseball, hey, maybe it's time to right a wrong, and credit that as a no-hitter, in order to have something that nobody's really done before, is back-to-back no-hitters.
We have nothing to lose by making a pitch for that, because there's documentation that was a call that should have been changed to an error. I mean, there's plenty of documentation that says that.
Well, I mean, let's face it, though. The chances of Major League Baseball doing something right is slim and none, considering Galarraga in Detroit still is screwed out of this perfect game thanks to Jim Joyce. They never went back and corrected that. They could have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, asking Major League Baseball to do the right thing is a very risky proposition, if you ask me. 0-2 to Turner, and the pitch up high, 1-2.
Mark, I know you're here with...
Absolutely, yep. We're baseball fans. I actually introduced her to a game at Yankee Stadium. She saw her first in-person game at Yankee Stadium last year in May on her birthday.
Call strike 3, inning over, nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Skunks. Thank you very much for joining us, Jason.
Yeah, Mark, a pleasure talking with you. I think we're pretty much right there. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Remember, our forgotten people are unforgotten. Now Howard Emke is no longer a forgotten person of the past. He's part of our present. He's part of our Tarp Skunks. And he's part of our community, and we love him here in Chautauqua County and always will.
Excellent. Well said, Mark.
I've definitely got more comfortable like being in front of the camera, and I got to like meet new people. If you are into like cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to like one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Well, it's a new day at Pearl City Hops, located in the Doubletree by Hilton at 150 West 4th Street. Go try their new food and drink menu offerings. Nothing pairs better than steak and frites with a smoked cinnamon cocktail. Come check out their Music Monday series on the 4th Street patio or Karaoke Thursdays. Pearl City Hops, where good times are always on tap.
Blake Herman, Nolan Smith, Jacob Haynes due up for the Skunks here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tarp Skunks with a 3-0 lead. They took the early 1-0 lead on an RBI single off the broken bat of Nathan Borchardt. This is the line drive to first on the short hop. Throw on to first. In time, one pitch, one away. Then Eric Weeks in the second inning, bombing a 2-run home run over the Live CHQ sign. And that is where we stand. Christian Pensick has been absolutely spectacular on the mound, as it seems he always is here in Jamestown, as Nolan Smith 0 for 2. First pitch missing up high, and it's 1-0.
Nolan Smith flew out to center field both times at the plate. First inning and second inning. Here we are now in the fourth inning with one out. Here comes the delivery.
Way up high, 2-0. Next Saturday, as the Niagara Ironbacks come into town, it's going to be Strikeout Cancer Night here at the ballpark. Still time for you to bid on the jerseys that will be worn by the Tarp Skunks players that night. As the pitch is a foul ball down the third base line and will fall harmlessly. 2-1. Only 4 days, 18 hours, 1 minute, and a few seconds to get your bids in. Currently, a number of jerseys are already off the auction. They have already been claimed, so still your chance to claim some of the unclaimed jerseys. There's a lot of claimed and unclaimed in that sentence. Is that one way outside 3-1?
So how does that work? Once it reaches a certain amount, it gets taken down?
Well, you can bid on it. Once it hits $100, it puts like a 24-hour clock on it. And you can overbid, or there is a buy now function. As there's a fly ball out to center field. Briggs going back on it, circles under it, and makes the catch. Third time today that Smith has flown out to center.
That'll bring up Jacob Haynes, the catcher who grounded out in the...
And makes the catch. Third time today that Smith has flown out to center.
That'll bring up Jacob Haynes, the catcher who grounded out in the first inning and walked and was stranded.
So there is a couple buy it nows. Happy to say that I won my bid, so I'm happy. As Haynes stands in. First pitch. There's a ground ball toward the right side. First pitch. There's a ground ball toward the right side coming over his Bermudas, and he can't get it. Just off his glove. That should be a base hit, as I don't think Bermudas would have been able to get Haynes anyway.
Yeah, Haynes would have definitely beat out the throw had Bermuda's been able to pull it down and make the throw over to the first, so we'll credit that as a hit.
As Ben Slinker stands in. Doubled and scored his first time up. Walked back in the second inning, so 1 for 1 on the day. Been on base twice. And Jacob Haynes leading off first. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch taken low for a ball, 1-0. No activity in the bullpen for Geneva.
Got a relatively small bullpen compared to the Skunks and the crew they have camped out in their bullpen.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just saving it for game number 2 of this doubleheader. That was a ball, by the way, 2-0 the count.
This is definitely a tale of 2 teams. 2 different teams, 2 different trajectories. 2-0, the pitch, swinging foul straight back. And it's 2-1. Tarp Skunks will be on the road Tuesday at Newark, then Wednesday at Niagara Falls, before they come back for our final buyout night of the season. That's on Thursday. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. That final buyout night presented by Live CHQ, First Responders and Medical Healthcare Professionals Night. Always a good draw and a good crowd. Hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Yeah, there'll be a touch-a-truck event happening pregame with fire trucks out in the parking lot for kids to stop by, climb in, touch obviously.
Fly ball right field and right into the glove of Benton to end the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 5th. Skunks with a 3-0 lead. Okay.
What do you got, Batavia now playing?
9-0 over Newark in the 3rd. Yeah.
I think we'll know how that one will turn out.
Yeah.
Jamestown, what, 8 runners left on base? Squandered opportunities here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. I mean, you got to give credit to Thomas for only giving up 3 at this point. The way he's pitched, he looked like he'd easily have given up.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Don't forget the upcoming games for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Thursday, July 17th. It is Live CHQ Buyout Night, First Responders and Medical Healthcare Professionals Night. Then on Saturday is Strikeout Cancer Night. And then back here on the 21st for our final $2 night of the season, as that is a high fly ball to center. Slinker easily under it, and Clark is out for the first out of the fifth inning. It was Clark, Bermudez, and Banks back to the top of the order. Final $2 night of the season is against the Batavia Muck Dogs. $2 bleachers, tickets, hot dogs, soda, and beer. You're going to want to be out here to cheer your Tarp Skunks as they try to take the division title this season, as there's a little flare out to center field put away by Marshall. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Zach Banks.
Yeah, Zach Banks flew out in the first inning and struck out looking in the third inning.
Christian Pensick has been pretty spectacular here tonight. First pitch taken for a strike. Came into the inning, 58 pitches, now 2 outs and 61 pitches. Very efficient this inning, as there's a little flare out to left. Underneath it is Weeks. He puts it away, and on 4 pitches, Christian Pensick sends down the Geneva Red Wings. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0 Jamestown.
That went fast.
I'll take it. Get us closer to game 2 as quickly as possible.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Hey baseball fans, CCS-TV is your home for local student voices, community highlights, and live sports coverage. Watch us on Roku, YouTube, your mobile device, or at CCS-TV.com. And don't miss out on exclusive content. Follow at CCS Television on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. CCS is the exclusive home of Tarp Skunk baseball.
Justin Bremner, Nathan Borchardt, and Brady McGuire, 4-5-6 due up for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Currently holding a 3-0 lead over the Geneva Red Wings in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's take a look around the rest of the league. Elmira beating Niagara by a score of 15-2 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. In Elmira, currently the Pioneers with a 2-1 lead over the Niagara Ironbacks. That in the top of the 5th inning. Top of the 3rd inning up in Newark, Batavia with a 9-0 lead over the Pilots in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Amsterdam with an 8-0 lead over Mohawk Valley, top of the 5th inning. 4-4 Boonville and Utica. That is in the top of the second inning.
That pitch fouled over, by the way. 1-0 the count. Or 0-1 the count.
Auburn taking on Ottawa in an exhibition game. So Auburn is schedule idle today. Batavia and Jamestown both with doubleheaders following games 1. As there's a swing and a miss by Bremner, 0-2. It's important for the Skunks to keep pace. If you remember just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about them being in 6th place. And on the outside looking in, now went on a 7-game winning streak, 9 out of their last 10. And are really in a position to where them and Batavia can separate themselves amongst the pack and then fight for it the last week of the season.
What is the head-to-head schedule with Jamestown and Batavia? How many more games are there this year?
2 games, one at their place, one at ours. As there's a pop-up behind second base. Fogg calling off Bermudez and puts it away for out number 1. And that actually brings up an interesting perspective as well, because if you look at the head-to-head records, the Tarp Skunks have winning records against every team except Batavia. And let me pull up my notes here because I actually have that here. Against Batavia, they are 2-4.
Board chart at the plate. Here comes a delivery. That'll be high for a ball. 1-0 the count.
So they have a chance to even the season series. And where they've really excelled, obviously here at Detrick Park, 12-4 within the confines of Russell E. 7-6 on the road, but even just a couple of weeks ago, as that one outside 2-0, they were 3-6 on the road. So within that, 9 of the last 10 have shown dominance both on the road and at home. And the Tarp Skunks are getting hot right when they need to. There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it is Turner underneath it. And there is 2 away.
That'll bring up Brady McGuire, the second baseman. He grounded out in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the third. How many pitches is Thomas up to by now? Do they have that on the game tracker?
Thomas, at this point, is at 78. Let me refresh that. I'm not sure if that's as accurate as it could be. Yep, 78. And McGuire stands in, squares to bunt, pops it in front of the plate. One hop, throwing a first, not in time. McGuire beat it out. Well, McGuire caught the Red Wings sleeping.
Yeah, we're really expecting a bunt, especially on the first pitch like that. But whatever works, he's on first now with 2 outs, and Brady Marshall stepping up. Marshall getting a walk in the second inning and scoring a run, and then also getting a base hit in the third inning.
So Marshall looking to get on base for the 3rd time today. Stands in. Thomas's pitch as there's a flare out into right field. Benton on his horse. He dives and he can't get it, and it's going to roll for a little while. McGuire's going to round third. He will score coming into third with a slide and a triple and an RBI is Brady Marshall, and it's 4-0 Skunks.
Nice job by Marshall to grab a hold of that one, and Benton just not over far enough. Of course, not really sure if he got a beat on it or not, but it was pretty deep. So whether he was playing over a little bit further toward the line or not might not have mattered. It may have gone over his head regardless.
Yeah, it looked like what happened was he started on his line, and it looked good, but the ball just started to carry. And that jet stream out to right field just took it over his glove. Great attempt at it, but...
Well, nice triple all the same for Brady Marshall.
Second extra base hit of the game, which means another $10 into the Boys and Girls Fund of Jamestown. Now up to $420. As Dom Costello stands in with a 1-0 count. Inside 2-0. Eric Weeks on deck. Skunks in control here. I think would like to get one more insurance run. Just to be safe, as that one comes in low 3-0. For the Skunks, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For the Red Wings, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Geneva is just an unfortunate story this year. And as that one catches the plate for a strike, 3-1. Coming in with a record of 7-23-1. Story this year. 5. Ian Baby. 5. Ian Baby. Or Babby. I don't want to butcher it. B-A-B.
Achieve their goals. We fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering, so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Hey fans, tonight's coverage comes to you live from Wegmans' broadcast booth, where fresh calls meet fresh ingredients. Whether you're in the mood for a hot meal, a fresh salad, or a quick snack for the game, Wegmans has you covered. Helping you live better, eat better, and cheer harder. That's the Wegmans way.
All right, Sardu, Briggs, Santana, 2-3-4, 2 up for the Geneva Red Wings as Christian Pensick starts his 6th inning of work. We want to give a shout-out to Kristen Haynes, Jake's mom, who was too sick to make the trip up today. Jake's dad and sister are here, and we all want to wish Kristen best wishes. Hope you feel better soon, and thank you for tuning in. And hopefully Jacob can get a home run for his mom today. It's like one of those stories you hear. First 2 pitches to Sardu out of the zone, 2-0 quickly. And we always appreciate when the parents make the trip up, and there's a fly ball, right field and deep. Bremner going back on it. It's going to one-hop the wall, rounding first, pulling into second, and holding there will be Sardo, the first loud contact for the Red Wings today. 3rd hit of the ball game and a leadoff double.
So it'll bring Dylan Briggs up here, and he got a base hit in the 1st inning, walked in the 3rd inning. By the way, looking at Christian Pensick, the starting pitcher for the Skunks, I believe he's had 5 strikeouts so far this game. I may have missed one while I was talking with Mark Isaacs, our guest, a couple innings ago, but I think we're up to 5.
Yep, I got 5. 2 looking, 3 swinging. His first pitch missing for a ball, 1-0. Pensick, who had in the efficient 5th inning, only threw 4 pitches. As that one's cut on and missed, 1-1. Dawson Thomas with 87 pitches through 5, as there's a foul off out of play. 1-2. Curious to see if his day is done. It looks like it might be. As Baby out in the bullpen has his rhythm pretty much set. Pensick kicks and throws, and that one's up high. 2-2 to count. Santana on deck. Tarp Skunks with a 4-0 lead. Game 2 will take place about 30 minutes or so after Game 1. And if the website's believed, Jamestown will be the visiting team in that one, as that's fouled off the light stanchion into the bleachers. Impressive. And it is still 2-2. Sardu off second. The pitch. Ground ball to second. McGuire with a nice angle throw on to first. One away as Sardu will move over to third. 4-3 on the putout. One away, and that is going to bring up
Aiken Santana, the third baseman, grounded out in the first inning and struck out looking in the third inning.
0 for 2 to the Red Wings' third baseman. And the first pitch foul off to the right again. Look out in the picnic area. And it's 0-1. Called strike. 0-2. One down here in the top of the sixth. And the pitch. That one just missing 1 and 2. Will say the calls behind the plate have been extremely consistent tonight.
1-2.
Is that one in the dirt?
Sorry, Dre, just running a quick mic check there for our producers over in the booth next door. Didn't mean to talk over you.
No, it's all good. I wasn't saying anything important. About 90% of the words that come out of my mouth. There's a line drive into right field. That is a base hit. Coming in to score is Sardu, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, so Geneva here in the top of the sixth inning finally get a run on board. Now trailing by 3 runs here, 4-1. And Elijah Benton now stepping up to the plate. He walked in the second inning, and I don't know what he did in the fourth inning.
Popped out to second.
Thank you.
So 1 down, 1 on. Runner at first. Line drive, foul. And Pensick's velocity may have dropped a little bit, because pitches that the Red Wings were swinging and missing on, they're actually starting to make late contact on now. So we'll have to keep an eye on the arm of the All-Star Pensick, because there's a fly ball right center field. Bremner going back on it, though. Makes the catch, and there are 2 away. About 30 feet in front of the Lutheran sign out in right center field.
We do have a pitcher warming up in the Skunks bullpen.
As Chase Fogg stands in. Grounded into a double play in the second. Flew out to center in the fourth. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Two down here. Pensick looking to get out of this one, as that is a breaking ball at the knees for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pensick just knocking on the door of 80 pitches, as that one's fouled off 0-2, and the next one will be just that. It's gotten even uglier in Newark. Batavia with 11-0 lead over the Pilots in the third. That one's 2 innings away from being a mercy rule, so that one's outside for a ball. 1-2. On a day where we need the Pilots to play like they were the first couple of weeks of the season. Swing and a miss. 6th strikeout for Pensick. shuts down the Red Wings, but a run comes in on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 Tarp Skunks.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Fans, looking for local stories, student shows, and community sports? You can stream all of our original content anytime on Roku, YouTube, our free mobile apps for iOS and Android, or online at CCS-TV.com. Plus, we're on social media. Follow at CCS Television on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to stay connected with everything happening at CCS-TV.
New pitcher for the Geneva Red Wings is Ian Babay. No record on the season. This will be his 8th appearance. 5.4 ERA, 16 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 17 hits, 11 runs, 10 of those earned, walked 6, and struck out 11 on the season. He will face Weeks Herman and back to the top of the order in Nolan Smith here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-1. Jamestown with the lead in game number 1. Speaking of game number 1, bottom of the 3rd inning, Batavia with an 11-0 lead over the Newark Pilots. Elmira with a 7-1 lead over the Niagara Ironbacks. That in the top of the 6th inning in game 2 of their doubleheader. Both Jamestown and Batavia with game 2 doubleheaders coming up later this evening as Eric Weeks stands in. And the first pitch he sees from Ian Babay is outside for a ball, 1-0.
Weeks is 1 for 2 today. He hit a home run in the 2nd inning, a 2-run homer. Very nice call there, Dre. And then also struck out in the 3rd inning.
I worked on my home run calls this offseason as there was a ground ball foul. I had 2 of the 3 that we hit last year. I had Clayton Kaiser's and I had Bobby Stang's, and both of them I botched really bad. Of course, they were the first home run calls I had in about 20-something years or so. There's a high fly ball center field. Briggs going back on it, still going back on the warning track. Makes the catch right at the BECC sign. So Eric Weeks gave that one a 385-foot ride to a 390-foot location.
Almost saw another dinger there. He really knows how to drive that ball. Not quite enough, though, to get it out of the park. And so we have one away here. And Blake Herman now stepping up to the plate. He walked in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 4th.
First pitch, way off the plate. 1-0. Last time I checked, Blake Herman's jersey was still available in the auction. I think $30 was his bid. So if you want to get the game-worn jersey of the Western New York Small School Player of the Year, get your bid in now. Go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com, click on the link to the auction, and make your bids. 1-1 the count, and the pitch. Curveball off the plate. 2-1. I'm going to pull it up here. So that one's fouled back. 2-2. Cole Swocho at 30, I'm sorry. Jack Bracken at 30. Anthony Serrano at 40. Easton Barnett at 20. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Herman goes down on strikes for the second out in the sixth. We go back to the top of the order for Nolan Smith.
Yeah, Nolan Smith not having a good day, but if I was a betting man, I would bet house money Nolan Smith will fly out to center field. Only because he's 0 for 3, and each of his 3 outs were flyouts to center field.
If that happens, I'm going to the casino to play some 3-card poker tonight.
And I'm coming with you.
Well, let's go. First pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, he got out in front of that one there. Nice changeup pitch by Babay.
Going through the rest of the available Tarp Skunks jerseys. I think we'll do that for the rest of the afternoon, or the rest of this ball game. So that's a breaking ball that questionably caught the edge, 0-2. Jason Brown, $70. Jamison Walsh, 50. Blake Herman at 30. Dom Costello at 30. Yeah, that's disappointing. He should have been at 150 by now. And the pitch. That one's way up high, 1-2. Colin Bola, $30. Christian Pensek only at 60. That's surprising.
The only no-hitter pitched in Tarp Skunk history.
Yeah, I know. That should be at about $400 right about now. There's a fly ball out into center field, and a base hit, and it's kicked to the right fielder, Benton. Well, you were almost right. Briggs pulled up at the last second. It looked like he wanted to dive for it. But finally, after challenging center field 3 other times in the game, Nolan Smith picks up his first hit of the game.
Yeah, nice job by Smith to find the gap there in right center. And just out of reach.
As Jacob Haynes comes up with 2 outs, and it's meant to be, as his mom Kristen at home watching, not feeling well today. I think an RBI double would make her feel better. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. It's better than chicken soup from what I've heard.
RBI doubles?
RBI doubles,
totally.
Yes. You know, but only use as directed.
I think there's a book called RBI Doubles for the Soul.
Yeah. Now you got to be careful, though. The RBI triples is by prescription only. There's a ground ball foul down the third base line, 0-2.
Haynes, by the way, is 1 for 2. He also walked in the second inning, grounded out in the first, and got a base hit in the fourth inning.
Ben Slaker's already at $60. 0-2. 2 down, bottom of the sixth. Curveball popped up straight up behind us, and that's either going to get the roof or the concourse. And that's going to hit the concourse. I didn't hear the thump off the roof.
Hopefully it wasn't a long line for hot dogs.
Yeah, it's
always dangerous when there's that long line and a errant foul comes dropping out of the sky.
Yeah. 0-2. There's a loud foul ball down the left field line. That one had some carry to it. So Haynes staying alive. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball too short. Picked up by Fogg on the high hop. Throw over to Furs just in time. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Tarp Skunks. 1 base hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Tarp Skunks 4, Geneva 1.
meets world-class culture, where your
Turner,
downtime
Clark,
gets an upgrade
Bermudez.
across miles of lakes,
Yes.
state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or settling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Welcome back to Detrick Park, 7th inning summary presented by Schultz Auto Group, a proud sponsor of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Visit any of our locations in Jamestown or Warren or online at schultzauto.com. What do you got, Trey?
Well, Christian Pensick goes 6 innings today, giving up 4 hits, 1 run, walking 2 and striking out 6, 3 looking. New pitcher for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is going to be Eddie Delansky. We'll get you the stats on him. But it's been all Tarp Skunks all day. Excellent pitching and opportunistic hitting as Eric Weeks with the 2-run home run. Really the difference in this ball game.
Well, Geneva's down to their final 3 outs here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Only 7 innings, of course, with the doubleheaders. And they've got leading off Jack Turner, the left fielder, followed by Colin Clark and then Christian Bermudez.
Eddie Delansky making his 7th appearance for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, 4.97 ERA. Comes in with a 1-0 record in 12 2/3 innings. Has given up 16 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 5 walks, and 17 strikeouts.
Well, Turner stepping up here. He is 0 for 2, striking out both times against Pensick. We'll see if Delansky has the same luck. Delansky, my apologies.
Turner struck out looking, struck out swinging. Not much more you can do than that on the strikeout front. As Delansky coming in with a flamethrower right out of the gate, 0-1, as that one hacked on and missed. Delansky is one of those great back of the ball game bullpenners. Come in as a setup closer, even a hold man in the 7th inning. Is that one swung on a miss, 0-2. And the home plate umpire going to take a little walk, give Jacob Haynes a chance to recover after the foul tip. And just to give you an idea, Jacob Haynes is a pretty big guy. Stands about 6'2", 6'3", and Turner is dwarfing him, standing in at about 6'5", maybe 6'6". Definitely has a big strike zone.
6'6".
And the 0-2 pitch coming in. Swing and a miss. Gets behind Haynes. Throw on to first in time to complete the strikeout. And that one was a little bit more exciting than it needed to be. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, he struck out the first time swinging, struck out the second time looking, then swinging again, but had to a little bit of a chance of actually still getting on first, even with that 3rd strikeout. All the same, now we have number 1 Colin Clark, the catcher.
Well, I did ask what more you could do with it.
That's what I was wondering.
He proved you can do more. There's a high pop-up, shallow right field. Going out is McGuire, called off by Bremner. And he puts it away, 2 down. And Christian Bermudez coming up for the final opportunity for Geneva in game 1.
Yeah, Bermudez did get a base hit in the 3rd inning. He flew out into near the shortstop area, in the 5th inning. So the final out here for Geneva, trailing by 3 runs.
Pensick set for his 3rd win of the season. This would qualify for a save for Eddie Delansky. As the first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Now I got to pull it up here and see if Delansky has been credited for a save on the season. He does have 1. So this would be his 2nd. Good crowd here at Detrick, because that one's fouled off to the screen, 0-2. That was one of the things I was worried about, Jason. When the ball game started and the rain came down, I noticed a number of people heading to their cars and pulling out. I was worried that the crowd was not going to come back, but they did, and they are seeing a treat of a ball game.
It's been great weather ever since that rain delay as well. No chance of rain since then, at least for this game.
And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Good stay-alive hack by Bermudez. And we'll do 0-2 again. Yeah, the humidity seems to have been washed out. Still a little warm and humid in this booth, but that's just because you got 2 sweaty guys
right
in a 95-degree hot box. Oh, 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the ball game is over. The Tarp Skunks win again here at Detrick Park. Their record goes to 20-11. Geneva drops to 7-24-1. Christian Pensick gets the win. He is now 3-1. Eddie Delansky picks up his 2nd save of the season. Game 2 will come to you in about 30 minutes or so. So kick back, relax, and Jason and I will be back with you for Game 2 in about 25 minutes right here on CCS-TV. Until then, we will see ya. Tarp Skunks with a 4-1 win.